Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. Well guys, in this one I'm going to do my recap from RaiderIO. Yes, they do this every season. So they show you your Mythic Plus dungeons, your raids run, and your bosses kill and all that stuff. So let's just start with this now. So let's first check how many different specs I've been in with. And it's everyone. Yeah, I've been in with every spec in the game, at least in a Mythic Plus or in a raid setting. The thing that surprises me is how many enhancement Shamis I've been with, you know? I didn't know there was so many. I guess this is because of raiding. Shamis were really popular for raiding, really good single target damage. Same as mages and balanced druids. And damn, I only saw 38 arcane mages, so they are kind of a myth, you know? Yeah, they do a lot of damage though. Although you don't see them a lot, good arcane mage does a ton of burst damage. Okay, let's go to the next one. My gear evolution. So I started the season with 254 item level, and it was a good progression, you know. I got to 269 under week 4, then went up to 274 week 8, then went up to 278 on week 14, and that's where we got stuck because we don't actually do high mythic raid content, so we can't get those 285 pieces of gear, you know. My biggest piece of legendary upgrades, non-legendary upgrades. Oh, this is from our Zero to Hero challenge. Yes, this is from my small pally. So yeah, I got him a set of full 2-6 gear from Zerath Mortis. And the first week that I did the challenge, there was to do 4 mythic dungeons and get a heroic chest. And I got this thing. So I opened the box and got Chains of Domination. Oh man, that was such a letdown. That was such a disappointment. I was so sad because any other piece of gear was an upgrade, but Chain of Domination is such a garbage trinket. And I did try it to make it work, you know. I did use it because it was a huge high level upgrade, you know, 226 to 272, but the thing is just so bad. I gave up on it and just used a 240 PvP trinket stat stick. Just such a garbage trinket. Okay, let's go down now. Raid bosses I defeated. So I don't do much mythic raiding. I actually don't do a lot of raiding at all. I did do heroic and normal this time because I had to do it for tier sets. You know, everyone had to do it for tier sets. Actually, I do raid up to heroic normally. I always kill the last boss on heroic, and I don't do a lot of mythic raiding. I only killed 4 bosses on mythic. It's Vigilant Garden, Skolex, the Sonj, and the Hubin. That guy. Yeah. And well, yeah, I only killed 110 raid bosses across all difficulties. I didn't even kill the jailer in normal because no one killed the jailer in normal. Who wants to kill a boss that doesn't drop tier set, you know? And I only killed the jailer on heroic 3 times. So that's pretty much it, yeah. Not many people killed the jailer because he doesn't drop anything of worth. I guess if you really wanted that Gable, you know, but in my group no one cared, so we just left it. Okay, let's go to the next one. So you never forget. Oh, this is how much time you took to kill a boss. So yeah, took a lot of time to kill Ragalong. A lot of these bosses from this tier were kind of like busted in the tuning department. They were so strong and such a problem for pugs. I remember doing pugs on Ragalong and people couldn't do the stand in a little circle mechanic, so everyone blew up, or like you actually needed a lot of range DPS to kill the orbs before they reach the boss. It was a really annoying fight, you know. And I also remember the Hubin Mythic. It was a fun fight. I really enjoyed the Hubin Mythic because like it's a dance fight, you know. You do the mechanics correctly once and then you kill the boss. It's a fun fight. We had some problems when we had to drop the moats, you know, because some people didn't move fast enough, so we dropped like puddles everywhere. But other than that, we were fine. I only killed the boss in 9 pulls. I mean the jailer in 9 pulls. That's pretty okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Raid progression. As you can see, I never finished normal because I never killed the jailer on normal because no one did that, you know. No one cared about the jailer. It doesn't drop tier sets. I only killed the jailer 49 days after the raid opened, and this is because no one in my group wanted to kill the jailer before everyone had tier sets. So whenever everyone got their tier set, we said, okay, what do we do now? Let's kill the jailer, I guess. So we killed him. And I didn't do mythic. Okay, let's go to the next one. Your mythic key progression. Okay, this is nice to talk about. So we started the season with 16s because I think we did 21s at the end of season 2. So we started with 16s. We went all the way to 21s, 20, 22 keys. Then we just chilled a bit, then went up again, did some 23s, then went down again. We actually got like a 3K IO, I think, on the 3rd week of the season. Yeah, we were one of the first groups to get like 3K IO. It was pretty nice to get it as fast as possible because a lot of the like really hard pushing groups were actually raiding, you know, Mythic raiding, you know, first Mythic raiders and all that stuff. So we actually just took those places for a bit. Like we were #1 red pally in the world for a while. Anyways, after that we kind of stagnate, and then we pushed again with my push group. Then we stagnate again. Then we go back to pushing our last push. We did some 24s, 25s, failed some 25s, and that's where our key progression ended, you know. And it was a nice and fun season. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Dedicated Paladin. Yes, I am. Yes, I am a very dedicated Retribution Paladin because I have too many of them. I actually have a problem. I make too many red pallies and just gear them up, you know. Send help. Okay, I only ran 36 runs as Protection Paladin, and those were mostly the other side runs because I really wanted to get into that key and get my trinket. You know, the overwhelming power crystal thing. But I did 433 runs as Retribution Paladin, which is pretty low. I remember doing so many more keys in Legion, you know. In Legion, I did like 1,000 something keys every season just because there was like Titan Forging and all that stuff. So loot felt a lot more like you had more incentives to do Mythic Plus dungeons. That's what I can say. Okay, let's go down there. So your top Mythic comp. So yeah, this is my group comp with my push group, you know. We have my Warrior, Prot Warrior friend, Resto Druid, Frost Mage, Havoc Demon Hunter, and Red Pally, that's me. And well, even if it doesn't look like super good, like this comp is actually pretty cracked, you know, because we have a lot of synergy between each other. Like Warrior and Havoc Demon Hunter are the best partners a Red Pally can have because they give you, each one gives 5% extra damage. So basically just by existing with them, you have 10% extra damage as a Red Pally because we do magic damage, that's the habit buff, and we scale with attack power, that's protection warrior buff. Other than that, the protection warrior has good synergy with Resto Druids because of the way that protection warrior mitigates damage. We have a lot of CCs from Frost Mage that does a lot of slows and helps our tank kite. We have AoE crowd control with Havoc Demon Hunter, with Meta and Chaos Nova. And we have all the types of dispels that we can use. We have Curse Dispel, we have Magic Dispel, and we have Disease and Poison Dispel that I can do. So that our group was actually very synergistic with each other. We covered each other's backs, you know. And well, this is the meta comp, the dream comp that everyone had, you know. Blood Decay, Holy Priest, Destrolog, Survival Hunter, and a Monk, you know. This is basically cheating because that's like bringing like an extra 2 guys to the key. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So my most run Mythic keys. So there's one Black Rook Hold. I guess I did that in the Legion Time Walking thing. I probably did it because of nostalgia. I liked Black Rook Hold. Anyways, after that we have Spires of Ascension. I actually hate this place with a passion. This place is horrible. There's so many casters that even if you cast their important cast, they still do like their normal bolts on random DPS players, and that's the worst thing that can happen. I'm okay if the trash like does a normal like big cast that you have to do, important one, and then he does bolts on the tank, which you can let through. But when the mob just randomly bolts a DPS and kills him, when one-shots him in a high fortified setting, it's really bad. So I really hated Spires of Ascension because of that reason. It's really an annoying key. There's too many kicks. Also, there's those big angels that reduce AoE damage from everyone around them, which is really sad for Red Pallies because all we do is AoE. That's our thing, you know. And well, that's Spires of Ascension. After that, Platefall. I actually don't like Platefall, but it's not the key I don't like, it's the aesthetic of the place. I don't like the color. I don't like that puke green color that Platefall has, so aesthetically I don't like this place. Key is fine. It was really fun to do like the plate border stuff. It's also a key it's pretty easy to time. Like, it's a pretty timeable key, so it's a nice place to do. Either tyrannical or fortified. Okay, next one, Sanguine Depths. So I hate this key in fortified, I like it in tyrannical. Fortified is okay because, I mean, Tyrannical is okay because you can survive the boss mechanics with good use of defensives and a bit of like help from externals if you need them, you know. Fortified is horrible because there's like those little caster mobs that can like do a bolt on you. Like if they all do a bolt on you, you're basically dead, and it happens more often than not. So Fortified Key is a pretty scary place on Sanguine Depths Key. I didn't like that place at that affix. Let's go to the next one. Theater of Pain. So Theater of Pain is a chill key. I actually don't like this place in Tyrannical. I like it in Fortified. In Tyrannical, I don't like it because there's 5 bosses, so it's a really long slog. You have to do a lot of boss damage. And there's also some bosses which have one-shot mechanics with overlaps. The guy that does the dual mechanic, you know, that guy has a jump that does a lot of physical damage. If that overlaps with something or you're not full health, you will die. And the Kultarok, the caster boss, does also an overlap mechanic. If he puts a circle under you and then he does the soul rip thing, you die. You have to bubble that, or you have to get insta dispel. So I really hate that tyrannical overlap mechanics that one shot you. Otherwise, Theater of Pain is fine and Fortified. It's kind of a slog to do like those the pit fighters, those big dudes, just by themselves. But normally you try to pull them like together, you know, like do 2 at a time or something like that to make that part faster. Other than that, it's a pretty chill key and Fortified setting. Next one is Gambit. Gambit is one of those keys I really liked, and I'm glad that it's staying for next season because Gambit is a pretty chill key. There's only 3 bosses. You do the trash at the end of the dungeon because you use Woe Relic, although we're not going to be able to do that next season, so we're just going to have to do the trash up front. But Season 3 was really fun to do Gambit. It's a nice place to do. There's big AoE pulls. Bosses are not annoying on Tyrannical, and trash is, yeah, it's not annoying even on Fortified. It's pretty chill. It's a nice place to do. Also, you don't need Covenants to do this, which is an A+ on my book. Next one, Necrotic Wake. I also like Necrotic Wake a lot. This place is really fun, but it's only fun if your group knows how to do the weapons. If your group doesn't know how to use the weapons correctly, it can be turned into a slog or really deadly because the weapons help you kill mobs really fast. And if you don't kill mobs fast, they start to do their casts, and then people start dying. And that's really bad. So using weapons in this place is really nice. It allows big pulls, and big pulls are something that Red Paladins really like because we have a lot of tools to do AoE damage with big pulls on uncapped damage. We're not like Destrolog tiers, but we do have nice uncapped AoE. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Tasabesh, Streets of Wonder. Another key that I'm glad that's going to stay next season. It's a fun place to do, even though it has a lot of bosses. It also has a lot of nice trash that you can do. So I have a grip with this place. I like it when the tanks go left side, not right side. Right side is horrible to do. There's so many casters that do ground effects that are annoying for melee because you can't stand in that or you die. They put a circle on you. If it doesn't get the spell, you die. They have bolt casts that are annoying because if you get bolted as a DPS, you die. So doing the right side is horrible and should never be done. On the left side, you only have like 2 dogs, a dinosaur, and 5 cats, and that's pretty much it. And they don't do anything that's dangerous. It's a really chill side to do. So whenever you do streets, always go left side of your attack, or I'll be really sad. Okay, let's go to the next one. So House of Atonement. I hate this place with a passion, but it's also a pretty nice key to do, you know, because it has so many options on how you can pull trash. It's really open area and all that stuff, you know. I don't like that I don't like this place if you don't have Curse Dispel. If you only have 1 Curse Dispel, there's problems sometimes if you pull too much. There's going to be 2 of those circles that go off, and one person is going to die if that happens because you can only dispel 1 circle, or you have to like bubble and just survive with that, you know. I like it when I run it with my group because we have double Curse Dispel, and that made it so easy. And if neither one had it, they just had to like call, so we interrupted the curse thing, you know. But Halls is like I would give it, if I would have to give it a number between 1 and 10, I'll give it a 7. Nice key, open area, nice to do, nice place to do, you know. Okay, let's go to the next one. The other side. Actually, I hate this key because I had to run it so much. This is because my trinket, the Overwhelming Power Crystal, the trinket all Red Paladins want because it's so reliable and works so well with our wings. dropped for me on my 40th run on this place. I was so fed up of the other side, I didn't want to see it again, but I had to do it for score. So I kind of hate this key because I had to run it too much, which was annoying, you know. And other than that, it's also a really long key. It's really annoying to run long places, especially if the key goes wrong, like if people leave or something, someone DCs or something happens, you lose so much time because you just have to like, oh yeah, someone left at the middle of a DOS key, now I have to do it again. And that's so annoying because that's like 25 minutes wasted. Anyways, the other side. It's a pretty nice place. I hate it because I had to do too much. Let's go to the next one. So the last one is Mists of Ternacid, and that's the key that I did the most. I actually don't hate this place. I actually like Mists. It's a pretty chill key to do, you know. You do the first part, do some trash, kill first boss, do the maze, kill some worms. Kill some worms, kill the big worm, and you're off, you know. There's also a lot of stuff that is really good from Mists for Red Valleys at the start of the season. There's a lot of good like pieces from here, especially the weapon. The weapon is the thing you do this place the most, because it's like the best weapon for Red Balance, because it's heavy haste plus versatility, which is like the best thing we can ask, because there's no like haste mastery weapon. You know, if there was a haste mastery weapon, I'd go for that, but there isn't. So this is the best thing we can get. So Mist is a key that you run a lot for. I guess I ran this place a lot for all my Red Pally outs, you know, because I wanted that weapon. So yeah, those are my keys, you know. My closest call was at the other side, 16 with 5 seconds. Yeah, of course it's the other side, yeah. Probably when I was tanking or something, you know. And my fastest key was a Necrotic Wake, 52% faster. That's incredibly fast, because Necrotic Wake, if you use the weapons correctly, that place is a breeze. Okay, let's go to the next one. My IO score evolution. So we started the season kind of strong. We got nice score the first week. You know, you couldn't get more because like you had to do like higher keys. So we you had to do tyrannical and fortified keys. So we started off here. Second week we almost got 3k. Third week we got 3k IO, which was really fast. I think we were one of the fastest groups to get it. Like since people were doing like world first rate progression and all that stuff, we kind of took advantage of that and did like a lot of keys pretty fast. After that, my group kind of stagnated a bit. Then we started pushing again. We got some nice score on week 6 to 31.92. After that, we just stood there for a bit and we stagnated again and went back to pushing on week 14, where we did a 100 push extra score push, and we went our last push on week 16, which is my current score of 34.08. And we just stopped pushing after that. So we've run 469 dungeons, nice, across all the characters this season. And as you can see, like my group does hard push, then stops, then hard pushes, then stops, then hard pushes, and then sleeps again, you know. And I like it. I love to push with my group. They're really nice guys, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But I would like to push more often, you know. We stagnate a lot. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Oh yes, Mythic plus buddies. So yeah, during my season 3, you pushed with 1,223 other characters. My top 5 are my tank Darsh, my demon hunter friend Lily, my druid healer Boxy, and my frost mage friend Ditash, and my warrior nephew Sigurd. Okay, so those are the people which I pushed more keys with, you know. And well guys, I think that's the end. Yeah, that's the end of all the things, the statistics and the information from this recap. And well, let me know down in the comments, guys, if you killed more bosses than me, and how many Mythic Plus dungeons have you run this season with all your characters and all that stuff. And well guys, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thanks for watching, everyone.